What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about current news in Norway. Because as an American, I never get to hear about Norwegian news in the United States from any of our news or media sources. So I like to actually take some time and go out of my way and learn about what the current news and events are happening in Norway right now. Otherwise, I would just have no idea. So let's take a look, starting with snow warnings posted for New Year. Snow warnings posted for New Year. Is this really news in Norway that there's going to be snow in the new year? Is this is this unusual? Or is this actually like more snow than usual, even for Norway? That's kind of unbelievable. State meteorologists were predicting heavy snow and an unusually cold start to the new year. Unusually cold start, even for Norway. I can't even believe what I'm reading, especially in southern Norway. Oh, well, isn't southern Norway like typically a little more like mild, a little warmer than northern Norway? You expect like these, unbelievable cold temperatures and harsh winters. Maybe this is unusual for southern Norway? Unusually cold start for southern Norway. Warnings of as much as half a meter of snow were posted along the southern coast, especially in Agder, from Sunday to early next week. Okay, half a meter. Oh my god. That's like about 1.5 feet of snow for us Americans. It's the area from Lindesnes, Norway's southernmost point, all the way up to Sandefjord and Vestfold that we're warning about. Wow, there's actually a warning to parts of southern Norway for snow. Wow, I never thought I'd see the day in Norway. Maybe there's more variance to the winter and cold and snow between northern and southern Norway than I thought. I knew there was a little difference, but the fact that a lot of extra snow is coming to southern Norway, and that's kind of a unusual thing, is surprising to me. I didn't know it was that unusual. It's an orange level warning for areas around Kristiansand and northwards, yellow warnings in the mountains from Hovden and Gelio to Lillehammer. Residents of the Oslo area and most of the southeastern portion of the country were told to brace for lots of winter weather as well. Oh my gosh. Brace for winter weather in Norway. And I know Norwegians are used to the winter weather. Norwegians know how to handle winter weather, and there's still a warning. Wow. That must mean it's getting kind of crazy. Forecast includes warnings of challenging driving conditions, just as thousands of Norwegians are returning from Christmas and New Year holiday. Okay, lots of snow expected New Year's Day and on Monday, so coming up very soon here in a couple of days. Wow, this is really like a weather report. I don't usually get to learn about the Norwegian weather reports, but this is actually making the news, the Norwegian news, that it's going to be an extreme winter coming in a few days. Wow, geez, definitely be careful if you're in any of those places. Oh my god. All right, what else? What other news do we have? Norway condemns new Russian attacks on Ukrainian civilians. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, oh my god. I imagine most, nations condemn new Russian attacks on Ukrainian civilians. I know Norway has taken a particular fervent stance in support of Ukraine with a lot of funding and support that's been really great. I think they actually donated jets as well. Norway donated jets to Ukraine as well. Norway's foreign ministry issued a statement condemning Russia's widespread attacks on large Ukrainian cities during the night and early morning hours. Oh, this is very recent, huh? Yeah. I don't know if this was covered so much in the United States. I have to be honest. Um, because the United States certainly does cover the war in Ukraine and Russia. It expressed concern over how a Russian missile was believed to have violated airspace over Poland. Oh my God. Yeah, this is very up to date stuff. Jens Stoltenberg was quick to confirm social media Friday that NATO stands firmly behind Poland as an ally. So Russia shot a missile through Poland at Ukraine, violating Polish airspace and, attacking Ukraine. Oh man, Stoltenberg, who's been home in Oslo during the holidays, says he spoke to the president of Poland. Wow, Norway is really, really on top of this. Like, seriously, it's really quite inspiring to see. Yeah, Norway condemns Russian attacks on Ukraine civilians. I hate to keep seeing news about this and such bad news. But it's also nice to see Norway playing such like a pivotal role in helping Ukraine in this time. It's really quite nice to read about too. While at the same time being kind of bad and depressing that there are people dying, Ukrainian civilians. All right, moving along here, Norwegian holidays darker this year. Man, Norway is just getting hit with the ringer this year. I always thought, like, from everything I've learned on the internet, Norway has really intense winter, really intense cold, darkness in a lot of parts of Norway, a lot of darkness. And today, there's a whole bunch of headlines about extra winter, extra darkness. Is Norway okay? This is concerning to me. More Norwegians than usual are hoping for brighter days after the winter solstice this year because of a new, unfamiliar situation: relative poverty, inflation, high interest rates, higher fuel, energy costs. Oh, and a sharp decline in purchasing power are causing problems that even Norway's social welfare state hasn't solved. Oh, this isn't talking about darkness like the absence of light. This isn't talking about the day getting darker sooner. Oh my gosh. I thought they were saying that it's going to be darker out at night. Darker sooner out. This is literally saying that the Norwegian holiday is a little more depressing and tougher this year because of the Norwegian economy and inflation and interest rates. And Norwegian strong social welfare isn't even covering everything for everyone. Okay, oh my goodness, this is different than what I thought, and this is also a bit depressing. What is this? A photo of downtown Oslo. Annual Christmas market in Oslo. Okay. Some complained it was too commercial, too much open space around the outdoor ice rink. Oh man, too commercial. I mean, take it from me, here in the United States, there's no such thing as too commercial. As far as Christmas goes, it's basically one big marketing ploy to sell as many gifts as possible. After years of prosperity, fueled largely by Norway's oil, gas, and seafood, 40% of Norwegians report they are now less able to afford gifts and traditional Christmas celebrations. 40% of Norwegians are saying that they can't afford as many gifts or participate in the normal Christmas traditions. That's very sad. Recent survey revealed those with large mortgages and children are worse off. Single Norwegians without children also report tighter household budget. Yeah, I mean this seems to be something that's affecting, most people in a lot of countries all over the world. And I would actually think that Norway would be one of the most resilient to this problem of global inflation and a lot of economies in a lot of countries like taking a downturn, affecting a lot of people, especially with raising interest rates. That's something happening here in the United States too. I would imagine you would get similar results like this in the United States. People reporting that this year has been extra difficult financially. But man, I'm still surprised to hear that from Norway. Man. Um, in some cases, those now feeling the pinch overextended themselves by taking large home loans. Oh, it's more difficult to sell homes. So, a lot of Norwegians, because Norway's economy has been so prosperous the last few years, like for a long time, have maybe overextended themselves, like taken out loans and bought houses and like spent their budgeted basically for a good economy in mind. So that's kind of why it's hurting Norwegians a lot, this quick downturn that's happened. I think that has a lot to do with it, honestly. Man, but we can relate. We can certainly relate to that here in the United States. What else do we have? Man, this is a lot of, sadly, it's a lot of sad news today, you know? Sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes it's like that. It's just kind of depressing news. Let's keep going. Maybe there's something happy going on in Norway. I don't know. Norway joins Red Sea Defense Forces? Red Sea Defense Forces? Norwegian government is sending naval officers to the Red Sea to secure civilian merchant navigation after another Norwegian ship was attacked. A Norwegian ship was attacked? See, this is what I'm talking about with how I'm really glad to go out of my way to learn about news in Norway because I have not heard about any of this. A Norwegian ship was attacked. The attack brings Israel's war on Palestine organization Hamas closer to home. Oh man, so Norway is getting quite involved, which is really admirable. How Norway is involved with Russia, Ukraine, and Israel, Hamas, but sadly, it's harming Norway's armed forces as well, huh? Oh, it's very admirable though, I gotta say. What else do we have here? Norway went along with latest climate compromise. Norway, one of the world's major oil producers, joined countries from around the world agreeing to transition away from fossil fuels. Zero carbon emission by 2050. Well, it would have been a scandal if Norway didn't agree to that. Right, it's kind of funny because I'm learning more and more. Norway is like a big proponent of green, renewable energy, electric vehicles, renewable sources of energy. But Norway also makes a lot of money off selling oil, but wants to get away from that and transition to away from fossil fuels. So what, the goal is 2050 now? Okay, that's a decent amount of time. It is a funny situation where it's clear that Norway wants to get away from oil, but Norway has a lot of oil and it's worth a lot of money. So that's a very difficult situation to be in. Okay, let's look at a couple more here. This is an article. 13,000 a year. 1,300-year-old ship burial unearthed in Norway. I feel like every other week I see some kind of ancient discovery happening in Norway, whether that's coins or treasure, some people metal detecting stuff. Now there's just a 1,000-year-old ship. It's pretty cool. A lot of random stuff in Norway. The custom of burying people in their ship, believed to help provide safe passage to the afterlife. Did they find a ship in the middle of this field? Like this grassy field? Or something? The burial mound is called Hergslagshagen in coastal Norway. Archaeologists in Norway discovered a 1,300-year-old ship burial that predates the Viking Age. Now the oldest known ship burial in Scandinavia. Whoa. They really did find a pre-Viking ship, which is more like a coffin, where there's deceased people buried in it. Whoa. Ship burials were once a tradition that involved a deceased person inside the vessel, covering the ship with a dirt mound. Oh, they really did find just a ship in a field. What the heck? That's awesome. Do they have a picture of it? What's this? What's this a picture of? Is that a piece of the ship or? Oh yeah, it's rivets, a piece of wood from and pieces of wood that belong to a ship. Right there. Oh, do they not have a picture of the burial? Either way, man, every week I tell you, there's something getting discovered in Norway. It's pretty cool, honestly. All right, let's jump ahead again. Tuesday night fire destroys building with two businesses in Norway. Again, we finally got something kind of positive with discovering a burial ship in Norway. And now we're right back to it. This is terrible. Tuesday night fire destroys buildings with two businesses burnt down, cause of fire, at Twin Town Glass and Night Archery under investigation. Ah, these just look like small businesses too. That's terrible. That's a real shame. A late night fire Tuesday gutted a building, two Main Street businesses, a glass shop, and an archery store? Oh man. At around 10:49 p.m. They don't know how it happened? It was told by that person that flames burst through the doorway when it was opened. Unable to retrieve his phone, they reported a fire. There's no injuries, which is good. Oh my god, just looking at this from like a small business point of view. This is someone's business that just burnt down. Two businesses, actually. Man, this is very local Norwegian news. This is very specific, which I kind of like. I mean, it's a horrible story. It's a terrible story. But it's interesting to learn about really specific Norwegian news. And with that being said, we have one more article for today. Kayaker 20-meter drop down ice waterfall in Norway? In Svalbard. 32-year-old man went down a 20-meter glacier waterfall? The biggest ever recorded. This guy went down a waterfall in Svalbard. There he is. There I get. Oh my god. Oh, whoa. This is great footage. Oh my god.
The first time navigating through those rapids was absolutely
Wow.
incredible. Felt like kayaking in another planet.
This guy is absolutely out. He is out of his mind.
Incredible.
Oh my god. That looks huge from this angle. They did a beautiful job filming this. Wow. Wow, that's beautiful. This track is beautiful, actually. Wow, it's like a tunnel. This is awesome. Whoa. Wow, this is some of the coolest news I've seen anywhere. America or Norway. Wow, that was really cool. They filmed that really well, too. So that's just a man in Norway, Svalbard, which I've learned about. Oops. Going down a ice waterfall? And it's the biggest that's ever been recorded. That's pretty darn cool. And you know what? There's a good article to end on. That's kind of fun. That's a bright side of humanity there. But I really do enjoy learning about the Norwegian news, good or bad. It's just good to be aware of a lot of this stuff. And sadly, there was a lot of kind of depressing news today, but it's good to stay on top of it. And yeah, sounds like Norway's having a bit of trouble. A lot of cold winter weather coming, especially in southern Norway. And people in Norway are struggling, financially as well. With the darkness in Norway, not literal darkness, but the darkness of financial struggle. And yeah, Norway, Norwegians putting their lives on the line to help Ukraine, and the Israel-Hamas war as well. But at least there's ships being discovered and people kayaking off waterfalls. But this was actually quite enjoyable to learn about for this little look into the current news in Norway. So I enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and Norwegian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.